Hi, my name is Alec, and I'll be going over my company, Zoetis. I'd like to start off with a question for you guys first, and that is, how many of you know the world population by the year 2050? Well, if you didn't know, the world population will reach about 10 billion people. Right as of right now, it's about 7 billion, so that's almost 1 billion people per decade. What's more of a problem with the growing world population is not only the agriculture being destroyed in the environment, but as well as the world hunger issue. It'll be over 1 in 10 people by the year 2050. And I'll explain why Zoetis has a huge impact on that. But right now, we're going to talk about what Zoetis is, who they are, where they came from, and then we're going to be talking about my research, what I've done, what I've gotten from it, and why Zoetis is so important. Zoetis is a veterinarian company. They produce medicine and vaccines for animals and pets and horses. They used to be a subsidiary for Pfizer, but since they own 83% interest of the firm, they recently became independent. Their current CEO is Kristen Peck, who is actually this year just got into Zoetis, and she is already in the top 70 executives for women in the entire world, which is truly amazing. But what I want to talk about Zoetis is the productivity imperative. And why that's so important is that they want to produce double the product with half of the resources. And that may not sound like a lot of sense, but they want to substitute this resources that people are using, which is destroying forests, taking up more land, and bringing more livestock in. They want to substitute meats and mix them with insect proteins and plant-based proteins. And that was going to be a huge solution to the world hunger problem. Now, the problem with farmers and livestock producers right now is that they need help. By the year 2050, they're going to need to quadruple their food amount, which is why this productivity imperative is so important. And while they need to make the consumers' ends needs, they're destroying all these rainforests, the Amazon. They're just taking up more land that they don't need, and they're also using more natural resources than they need to use. Now, I'm going to explain a little bit about my survey and how many people took it and how many people actually knew about this situation or actually about the company. So 25 people at random on campus is who I surveyed. And no one knew about Zoetis, no one knew about the world hunger problem. And I also asked how many people would be willing to change their diet to a mixed plant-based protein with regular meat and also with regular plant-based proteins. And no one would be willing to change their diet out of the 25 people at random I took on campus, which was very surprising to me, which also could be a problem in the future. I know some people that want to do vegetarian and vegan and all that, but it's not enough people when I do 25 people at random and none of them were already vegetarians or vegans. So that could already be a problem in the future. If you look at my slideshow, it shows the Pew Research Center did a population growth chart from the year 1950 to the year 2100. And by the year 2050, the world population would basically almost be at its peak of 10 billion people. By the year 2100, it will drop to almost 11.5 billion. But they don't know that for sure, so we might even have a problem in the near future. And why that's such a problem is that there's so many people already right now that are already starving. And that's almost 1 in 7 people in the world. A lot of that's in Asia and Africa. There's not too many people in the United States that are going hungry, but that's still 43 million people in North and South America that are still starving and in the need of food. And what's also more important is that the natural resource, we're almost using double the natural resources that we don't need to use. And what Zoetis wants to do with the productivity imperative is that we can just cut those resources in half and use the things that they're wasting and put it into making more product for them. So what this productivity imperative will do is destroy the natural resource problem, destroy the agriculture, stop the agricultural destruction, and stop world hunger. That's basically what they want to do. But why Zoetis is such a global influence is that they want to make a change for everybody. They are already veterinarian and drug research clinic. They're already trying to stop animal testing. They're trying on that right now. But they just made it on the Fortune 500 list this year. They made $1.7 billion as of last year. It's a 7% increase from 2018, ever since Kristen Peck came into place. But the previous owner, Juan Ramon Aliz, gave a speech at the JP Morgan Healthcare Conference on leadership success, which is kind of ironic because he didn't really do well when the Zoetis first came out in public with their IPO in 2013. They were at a $7 billion profit revenue, and now it's fallen down to almost $1.3 billion since 2018. But since Kristen Peck came in, it's risen up much higher. Now, why I chose Zoetis, I just really wanted to learn something different. I'm usually into other companies, but I thought this would be a really interesting one to go into since they're new, and I didn't really know anything about this problem before. So I just thought this company would be extremely awesome to get a look into and see what they're all about, because I didn't even know about them before this. But as I conclude here, Zoetis is basically a global influence for everyone around the world. They not only help us here at home, but they help people in Africa, Asia, the farmers there, the U.S. health professionals, the horse ranges, everyone around the world, and it's really important. And if you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them down below, and I'll try and respond to you as fast as I can. Thank you.